Charles, we are back again, and you fixed my audio this time, but we still haven't fixed the video. But it's even better because people are laughing about it because they think it's fucking funny.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not broke, right? But I am lazy. I'm very lazy. And the only time I'm seeming to remember that my fucking camera is fucked up is when we sit down to do a show. And I'm like, fuck, my camera's fucked up.
It's fine because the Lucky Charms skit, it makes it even better because it looks like you're being glitched out as you're cursing. So it makes it even better.
Well, as much as I curse, we curse, as much as there is cursing, this fucking glitch is bound, determined to get it right a few fucking, not that time, times.
Yeah. Few times.
Oh, okay. So, what a wild fucking weekend in football. And before we get into football, I'd like to remind everyone merchandise, millions.co, Fanatics, they've got sweet ass deals. You can't find us on Fanatics yet, but they've got sweet ass deals. You just got to head over to that website, go to fanatics.com, check that shit out. It's spectacular. Shout out Norton Antivirus. I just bought a new computer. It came with Norton, so that's cool.
Nice.
I'm not so sure about the McAfee or whatever it's called anymore these days. So, hell yeah. Back to football, though. Let's start. I guess we'll start with college football.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I started to normally as I'll send you a notepad and there's just a bunch of random shit on that motherfucker.
Yeah. Little deets, little notes.
Yeah. It's almost a decipher in its own sense. It gives you an idea on what I want to talk about or what I'm going to bring up on the show or whatnot. We're up to 106 followers on the Facebook page. The Facebook group is slaying it. We're well over 400. We're about to see on the Facebook page, do we get top fan notifications like we do on the actual Facebook? See, because on the actual Facebook, you could become a top fan, right? Yeah. And if you move yourself from the page, which we love having you there, and we'll continue to push out content as the life goes on, absolutely. But if you move over to the Facebook page and start commenting on things, you could be entered into our top fan giveaways. We love all of our audience members. Trust us. Those of you that are taking the time to listen to us, we're not very good, but the fact that you continue to listen to us tells us that we're getting better and we're striving to be better, right? So as much as you thank us by listening, we want to thank you for listening. And the only way to do that is to be able to recognize you. So if you can like, subscribe, head over to Facebook, YouTube, X, wherever you got to be. If you're a top fan, if you're a top fucking contributor, we will find you and bless you as we are also being blessed along this life. But thus bringing me to my next point. So I've started messaging during games, during Thursday night, Saturday night, and obviously Sunday. And the games that are super interesting or something ridiculous is occurring, you'll usually find one of us there talking about it. So the very first one that hit me in the face.
Was it the Bears one?
No, we're in college football right now. 30 to 13, 4 sacks. Oh my, Notre Dame. What happened? I'd like to talk about Notre Dame for a minute, as long as I didn't just break my phone. Not that it matters.
We can talk about Notre Dame
about Notre Dame for a minute, because there's not much to talk about with Michigan other than we're rolling this motherfucking country our own right now. And we'll get into Michigan too, obviously. But it's like
this happens every year with Notre Dame. Every
year with Notre Dame, man. Stupid ass 4-week hype train leading into a scenario. But what kills me about this situation is I don't know if I can blame the head coach or if this really is just who Notre Dame is. It's why Chep Kelly. Sorry, I was trying to put a Southern accent on that. I'm not very good coming from the North, but old Champ Kelly.
I really like it down here.
I really like it down here in Louisiana. But so old Chip Kelly, right? He left Notre Dame. Why do you leave Notre Dame? Notre Dame's so good. It's like
because he couldn't win. But he couldn't win. He couldn't win the big game.
He could not pull the recruits you're getting in the SEC and the Big Ten. You're not fucking Rudy's dead, guys. Like I don't think the real Rudy is dead.
Well,
Like, don't
and
quote me on that. I'm
the
not saying
sad thing
Rudy
is
is dead.
Notre Dame pretty much is like Michigan or Ohio State. It recruits itself. You don't really
Yeah,
have to do a whole lot.
you don't
And
have
if
to
you
do a whole lot, but you do have to
no,
coach.
yeah, you have to coach.
You have to
Louis
coach.
was a terrible one of those. He's
S-
showing that down at LSU,
uh,
so
I, yeah, but he puts fucking 11 men on the field
that's
and,
true.
and
That's
doesn't
true.
start an avalanche. And you know what? I'm gonna beat this dead horse with this Notre Dame stick because I don't know why nobody's talking about it. But
Yeah.
horrible coaching decisions have dropped this Notre Dame train this year. I don't
S
think it was the players on the field.
No, still not as bad as the Miami call, though. Still not as that is the worst call of the season
Oh, we'll
by
get to
far.
that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mario Cristobal,
I mean,
shame
that's
on
pride.
you.
Yeah,
Shame on you.
let's just jump right into that. Absolutely. I don't kneel the ball because I don't believe in it.
Right, he
But
did
you
it
have
tw this is the 2nd time. The
two
2nd time.
scenarios.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got two fucking scenarios, bro. Yeah, you could have went back in history and history would have told you why people started doing what they're doing, right?
And the Oregon fans roasted his ass when
Oh
this
my
happened.
god, dude.
Yeah.
He's now lost twice. And
Yeah.
his only answer continues to be, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there is a gentleman coaching in the NCAA right now who refuses to kneel the ball in game-winning scenarios. So
20
the other team,
26 seconds. All right, let's just do we'll recall the play.
yeah,
26 seconds to go. They are on about the 24, 25-yard line. Driving in, all they got to do is kneel down, run the clock out. He hands the ball off to the running back. It's about 3, 4 yards. He gets held up at the line to gain, stops, and they strip the ball from him as he's falling to the ground, and they just jump on it. So Georgia Tech jumps on the ball. They get the
Georgia
ball
Tech jumps
back.
on
They
the
throw
ball.
away. Yeah, they get the ball back. They throw like a 25-yard pass over the 50-yard line, I think to the 47, and then the next play is a 44-yard or 45-yard touchdown pass. And then
Yeah.
with 10 seconds to go. And then they win.
And they
1
win
second left on the clock.
with 1 second left on the clock. This is the second time this has happened. It continues to happen.
It's something that shouldn't happen. And honestly, if I'm Miami's board of directors, the president of the school, I am absolutely just sick to my stomach that our perfect season had they might not have went undefeated, obviously, but the
Right.
fact that they were 5-0 and they were looking good, the team looked good at that game was they were gonna escape, and they didn't.
Yeah, and to it does that the first time it happened, we might have to look into it a little bit to see what the downfall was, but the first time it happened, yeah, didn't it happen at Oregon?
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah, same
He
thing.
wouldn't kneel
Yeah.
down.
And because they were playing in Oregon, it did snowball the Oregon that season actually. But in this scenario too, Miami's already grasping at strings. They're still trying to recover from the 90s, regardless of what anybody else says. And a scenario like this, their season's over. It doesn't matter what they
Yeah,
do the rest of the
yeah,
year. If this happens next year, they still have a snowball's chance in hell. But
yeah,
when players fuck up like this, a hell of a lot happens, right? There needs to be accountability for this head coach. There needs to be accountability at Notre Dame. That
yeah.
dude ruined these guys' season. Those seniors, that's just really bad.
They talked did you watch the end of the, Louisville game where they I don't know, they alluded to it a little bit. They go, "Yeah, it's been a rough 3 weeks for Notre Dame," or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, probably emotionally and mentally. Yeah, I can understand. I can believe that. But don't take anything away from Louisville. They whooped their ass. They beat
Louisville
that
whooped their
ass.
ass. They
Yeah,
whooped Notre Dame's ass. Notre Dame wasn't there to play. And this is all on the
right.
coach. This is the coach and that coaching staff.
They
Th-
didn't. He didn't have them ready to play that
He
game.
didn't have them ready to play.
No,
I don't give a frank about how emotional you are. That is the game of football. You don't get a vacation because you have an emotional game the week before.
I like
You
how all the Louisville fans too are like, Louisville football's back, baby. And then they're like, no, I think that the fact that Jack Harlow was in the house and he's like a huge freaking hip hop guy, that had a
Yeah,
lot to do with the fact that there was a shitload of fans. Because any other year, if Louisville was like 3-2, there's not going to
yeah.
be those kind of people there.
And
Just saying.
we do also have to acknowledge the fact that when a big school comes to play a little school, those
People rise up.
stadiums
Yeah.
get filled out, and those teams do rise up.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. Yeah.
Louisville and Colorado, you guys are on the same fucking cake, okay? You
Yep.
you you beat a broken, overhyped Notre Dame team, and the one barely beat the worst team in the Pac-12, and the
Arizona State.
Kardashians of college football fucking strike again.
A notorious party school, Arizona State, where they care more about drinking and beer bongs than they do about how many touchdowns they fucking score.
Fuck,
Ask
they
Matt
fired
Leinart
old
about
boy
that.
because he was too rough on the players. He was a coach. They don't even
Yeah.
have a real coach at that organization. You don't go to ASU to play football. You go to
Didn't
ASU to play party, and football gets you there for free.
correct
That's
me
the
if I'm
bottom
wrong.
line.
Did Rich Rodriguez, didn't he coach Arizona State at one point?
I think so. No,
I think so.
no,
Yeah.
no, maybe Arizona. I think it was Arizona.
Maybe it was theirs. Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like a
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
it's a more
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
prestigious
yeah,
school.
yeah,
You
yeah,
mean they actually care about
yeah.
winning, yeah.
No, yeah, he left Michigan and went to Arizona. Actually did pretty well.
Yeah,
But
I think
you should, because it is called a West Coast style offense, which is exactly
yes.
who Rodriguez was. And that
Yeah.
son of a bitch went back to the West Coast. But yeah, to see what I'm going to call him Kim, to see Kim head over to the student section and with his fucking watch, man. It's bro,
Yeah.
stop. The
Yeah.
rest of the world has stopped talking. Like,
It's like beating a dead horse. It's serious. It's
the
over.
Kardashians of college football. They are the Kardashians of college football.
But you know how many people are going to be absolutely pissed if they just brought this Peach Bowl BS up the other day about the Peach Bowl wants Colorado for the fact that they'll be able to sell tickets. I'm like, bitch, bowl games don't work that way. You have to own it. You have
I
to
think
earn
the
it.
Peach Bowl needs to be rediscovered at this point.
Need
I'm
it.
calling for a massive investigation. If the Peach Bowl is willing to come out
Yeah,
and
they've said it.
show favoritism
Yeah,
towards
over
a
a player
team
and a team.
only because it will sell more tickets, there needs to be a massive investigation into this college football scenario.
Well,
Get the
I
Peach
co-
Bowl out of that fucking state
hey,
now.
Charles, my comment got deleted. All my comment said was, "Hey, bro, that's not how the system works. Nice try."
Yeah.
Seriously, you took that comment away? Why? Because that was gonna actually have people like it and say, "Yeah, dude, you're right. That's not how it works. It's not supposed to be that way. You don't just get to pick where you go to a bowl game." If that was the case, Michigan and Ohio State would pick to play the last game of the season as one of the final 4 games for the national championship.
That's what I'm saying. The Final Four championship, regardless of scenario, would be
Yeah.
Georgia, Alabama, Michigan.
Ohio State, yep.
Who the hell is going to pull in more fans than those 4 schools?
I'm just saying that realistically, that's what they're saying is we
Right.
deserve it because we know we're gonna draw more fans.
I
Get out.
understand that the teams that end up in the playoff scenario generally dictate what time that game is played, right? Like a Georgia Michigan
Yeah,
is going to pull in, or like a Georgia Ohio State is
right,
going to pull way more viewers than Michigan TCU.
right.
You're going to get a fuckload of viewers because of Michigan, but you're not pulling very many. 2/3 of that state can't figure out if they're Houston or Dallas. Nobody even talks about fucking TCU. All right.
Right. Oh, man, did you see TCU get waxed by freaking Iowa State?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
they're not a good football team.
Good.
Iowa State's playing good ball now, though.
You know who I
Um,
am upset about, though?
we
And
got the
I
big one.
actually, they are playing. No, Ohio State is not playing good ball. My father-in-law was actually here this weekend, which was hilarious.
They got saved by
So
their defense. They got saved by their defense.
they absolutely got saved by their defense. And that score, the score of that game, does not depict Maryland played like dogs. And the fact that Maryland was not ranked going into that game is disgusting. Y'all need to take the SEC's dick out of your fucking mouth. LSU doesn't belong on that fucking board. Notre Dame doesn't belong in the top 15, let alone the top 20. Like, what the only thing you did right was make sure USC wasn't in the top 5 because they don't have a top 7 defense. I do love the effort that the Arizona USC put out there. What a fucking game. 3 overtime game, and USC walked out of there with their balls
let's
in
be
their
honest.
stomach.
USC is gonna get smoked by Oregon.
USC should get smoked by Oregon.
I think
I think
Oregon's the best
USC
team in
has
that.
the better quarterback. but I think Oregon is the much better team
Man,
defensively and offensively.
Oregon Washington's going to be a good football
I
game.
can't wait for Oregon Washington, bro.
Yeah.
Washington is a good fucking team.
Well,
And
yeah.
USC
Penix.
isn't going to get past
Yeah.
fucking Washington, let alone they because of Caleb Williams, who is on track for one hell of a Heisman run
A guy
if
brought
it
this up.
stays.
A guy brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
He said top four quarterbacks, and he said Caleb Williams. He said Penix Jr. is
Yeah.
number two. He goes number three is what did he say? I think he said it was Drake May. He goes, and then it's Shedeur Sanders. He goes, those are your top four quarterbacks. He goes, that's not being an asshole. That's just being completely honest from what he's seen. And give him props. Sanders is a good quarterback. He is a very good quarterback with a better team and a better system. He probably would be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. But to put him as one of the Heisman favorites right now, when there's other players in this country,
Yeah, he's not even on the Heisman Watch top 10 right now.
yeah,
On like personal
on the
opinions and
personal
shit.
one,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
will be. Yeah, he will make the podium just
If he,
because.
oh, he,
Yes, I
I
mean
don't
it's
see it
just
this
let's be
year.
honest.
I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't see it this year. He'll be back next year. I think he'll definitely be one of the top 4 on the podium next year.
Did you see one of the SEC schools accused him of padding his stats? That was one of the things that they said. They said that he's taking sacks so that he doesn't throw an incompletion. And then they just blame that the offensive line is dog shit, so that's why he got sacked. He's holding onto the ball so that his
Yeah.
completion percentage is higher. That seems really fucking stupid to me. Whoever said that is hopefully that's like the Arizona State coach or somebody that doesn't know football very well. Anyway, they know football
I
better
mean,
than I do, but I'm just
arguably
saying. Just
arguably,
arguably, it's
why
stupid to
doesn't he
say
throw
that.
the ball away more? What is he waiting for?
I think he's always trying to make a play, is what it is, and I'll give him that.
But that's not being very well coached.
Charles, they're always playing from behind, so that's why he's got to hold on to the ball. He's always having to make a play.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got between 2.5 and 3.7 seconds to throw that ball comfortably.
Yeah,
His offensive line isn't horrible.
they're not
In
the
the beginning
worst.
of the year, they were
Yeah,
really bad, and they are
yeah, he's
not
had
compared. When you're watching great football teams like fucking Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, shit like that, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's easy to look at some of these shit teams and go, man, that offensive line sucks. But if
well,
you're getting if you're getting over 2.5
yeah.
seconds in college, I think you're doing pretty good.
If they played a defense that was top 50 or top 25, they're like
They got a
Oregon's
second. Yeah,
defense
yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he wasn't getting no 2.5 seconds to
Yeah,
throw the ball. You'd be lucky if he had a second and a half, 2 seconds.
yeah, yeah.
What else you got on the docket over there on your?
So it was the final thing about college football was just the Sanders family being the Kardashians of college football. It's just,
Yeah, the memes are getting out of control. Like you said, that watch thing, and I sent you the all eyes on me, him being Tupac with the watch, and it's it was
yeah,
funny. It's just
it's a, yeah, yeah. 3 things I'm over the moon excited about:
yeah,
the Kardashians quieting down in college football, the Taylor Swift thing dying in college football just as fast as it came up. It died.
right.
And
Yeah.
that was fantastic. Although I am sick and tired of seeing Travis Kelce on every fucking commercial. I'm not
I'll give
sure
him
why.
props.
Not
To
sure
be
why.
honest, Travis Kelce's the only reason that they beat Minnesota. 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
O o
yeah.
outside of Travis Kelce, that team absolutely has
Well,
nothing but him and Mahomes. Nothing
yeah,
else. Pacheco can't do it
yeah.
by himself because guess what? Yeah, dude, he just can't. He's not that guy.
No,
He's a very good accent player. Like,
yeah.
he
He's
helps out the
he is
offense.
becoming a strong RB2,
Yeah,
but I'm dropping him down to my flex now that I've got Aiken. That
yeah.
fucking dude, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah,
We're gonna
bullshit,
jump in.
man.
We're gonna
Uh,
jump in. We're gonna jump
absolute
into the
dog
fucking
shit on that too because you don't give a rookie more than a veteran. Fuck that. Paying that guy $8-9 million a year and you give the rookie all the freaking carries. What a
bro,
crock of shit.
when you're running 21.97 miles an hour, fuck, dude, you holy shit, dude. Tyreek Hill got pissed. Yeah, we'll jump into that. They own the top 7 fastest fucking ball carrier times
Yeah, it's
this year.
nuts. It's ridiculous.
From 20 miles an hour up to 22 miles an hour. It's
Yeah,
insane.
you got to be cooking, and not, he's got to get that to that top speed from the line of scrimmage too, which makes it even more like crazy. Like
Yeah.
'cause Hill's got that running 10-yard boost where nobody's touching his ass off the line of
Yeah.
scrimmage. Yeah.
So let's jump into this NFL thing. I want to play who am I talking about?
Okay.
0-6 in red zone trips. And if you can't guess what I'm talking about after the first one, just say continue.
Go ahead.
All right.
1-6 in red zone trips. Does this team have a victory?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Yeah. This just last week. This was just or this week. This was just this week. Not a total, just this week.
That was this week?
That was this week. That was this
Pi-
week.
Pittsburgh?
Okay. The New York Jets.
Oh, really?
0-6 in the red zone. Okay, so now, we put up about 400 yards of offense. Okay, so you had one broken run with Brees
Yeah.
Hall.
Hey, man,
Without it, there is no touchdown against the
I'll
worst
take it.
defense in the league. Without it, there is no touchdown. Okay, so you produced 0 red zone touchdowns. Your one touchdown was a broken 60-plus yard run, which thank God the dude at the middle field didn't dive. I don't know why he didn't dive. He could have just literally touched him and tackled him regardless. Whatever. That's Denver's problem, not my fucking problem. Okay. Your quarterback, and I don't mean to jump on Zach Wilson, but because we're so focused on everything else, and like at one point we were so hurt about the way he was being talked about that we generally forget the dude is not a good football player, right? He's fucking, I think his passer rating is sub 35
It's
on
not
third
good.
downs,
Yeah, it's
right?
not good.
So their third down conversion rate, again, now this is all offensively, was
Right. Yeah.
absolutely horrible. And if it wasn't for let's ride Russell Wilson doing the absolute let's ride thing by not throwing the fucking ball away or throwing to the running back like he was supposed to, and just does not fucking care, no emotion at all, Mr. Let's Ride.
Can I give you
That
his
defense comes up. Go ahead.
can
What's
I
up?
give you can I give you stats off the top of my head that I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
before he threw that touchdown pass?
yeah.
Before he threw that touchdown pass, I think he was 12 of 22 for 121 yards.
Yeah, I had somebody talk to
And this
me
is an
too.
MVP,
Yeah.
former MVP quarterback.
And again, it's like the complete opposite of the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick scenario,
Yeah.
which again, in back-to-back weeks, oh, don't worry, we'll be getting to you too, Bill. We'll be getting to
Well,
you too.
and let's not shed no light on the fact that the dude has good receivers. He's got Jerry Judy. He's
Yeah.
got freaking
Yeah, arguably defense, the Denver offense is night and day better than what they were last year and the year before.
yeah.
Russell Wilson is on pace to have one of his best seasons ever, which is crazy to say, but I was looking at the stats, and yes, he is on pace to throw more touchdowns and more yards than he ever has. And he should. He's got much better weapons in the wide receiver category than he ever has. But Denver's defense is really
Yeah,
bad.
they always had a good defense when they had a good offense, and that always
Right.
leads to a better offense too. Good defense leads a good offense.
Now, the reason I'm
Oops.
starting with this bullshit, though, is because this so much Hackett took the higher road. Nathaniel Hackett is a horrible offensive coordinator. He is a really bad coach.
I
There is nothing at all that should tell you otherwise.
I like that they called it the Nathaniel Hackett Bowl.
The Nathaniel Hackett Bowl.
Yeah.
Like it was something. So now towards the end of the game, here's the thing. The camera was on Hackett hard.
Oh yeah.
And
The
after
whole
every
yeah.
hug, after every hand slap, Nathaniel Hackett looked over at the Denver sideline and
Yeah.
was screaming things like, fuck you, you're a bitch. And if you don't believe me, go read his fucking
Oh no
lip.
no no.
fucking
I
footage.
absolutely
And
I believe you.
I
I
meant
saw
the
some of
listeners
it.
out there. I meant
Yeah.
and the listeners
Oh
out
yeah,
there
yeah.
too. Go catch the YouTube footage, slow it down. Grab an AI program if you can't read lips. I don't know who the fuck you are at this point if you can't read
Well,
lips. That's crazy.
and a lot
right?
of that
But
is there was a lot of dismay. There's a lot of they were irritated with that whole comment,
absolutely.
the whole thing, but that's
and
childish. Let's just
righteously
say it's childish,
righteously so, but to hear everyone talk about how and Rex Ryan needs to get up for one. That dude is the absolute worst analyst I've ever
What
seen in my
just
life.
just
Everything that
just
comes out of his mouth is a personal opinion.
go back to OnlyFans and go buy some more foot pictures. You're sure your wife is
Seriously.
fantastically in love
Yes,
with it.
fucking Jesus Christ, go do some goddamn Crest commercials or something. Go do some dentist commercials. Just get the hell off
Right.
the air. You were a really bad coach. You were a good defensive coach, and
I
you
like
were a
feet.
great defensive coach when you had over the moon great players making plays for you. But everywhere else you went, you were trash. Just shut the fuck up.
Right.
If I would have done this, I would have taken Robert Saleh and carried him off the field on my shoulders. Whatever,
Oh, for
Rex.
fuck's sake. Yeah.
Whatever,
Come on,
Rex.
man. A little
Whatever. Robert's a
overboard
better
there.
guy than me. The hell no, because the moment they got into that locker room, let's give this guy the game ball.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, are you fucking
And then,
serious?
and then he goes to the conference and goes, we put up over 400 yards of offense. Bro, that's the worst defense in the league, and you only managed 400, and 177 of that came on the run, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And now you've got people talking about fucking, oh, the Jets are going to make it to the playoffs. They're going to make it to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is going to come back. They're going to be right there, and they're going to make it to the playoffs. These motherfuckers are on drugs, dude.
There's a Kurt Benkert. I always bring him up because I just I
I love him,
absolutely
dude.
love his
He's
tapes.
hilarious.
Dude,
He
he
streams
said,
too quite a bit. He's a
oh
funny
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Did you see his Twitter post where it goes, I'm gonna show you the record and I'm gonna show you the teams. Tell me what the team was. And it's like everybody's like, they're 2-3, and he goes, these are the teams they played, and they're like, yeah, that's not the greatest. That's outside of Kansas City. That schedule is not that tough. And you're 2-3.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are we talking about? The Lions? No,
The
Lions are
Jets.
3-1. The
Oh, the
Jets. Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah. No, I mean, they lost to they beat the Bills, but
They beat the Bills, but
Josh
uh,
Allen beat the Bills.
yeah, Jacksonville beat the Bills, so that's not that's
London beat the Bills. I
wow.
swear it's London, bro. I
Wow.
swear it's London. You go back and you look, right? The team that has
They
been in London the week leading up to it beats the team that flies to London 9 out of 10 times.
yeah, but they fly all the time. I don't know why flights would be that big of a deal.
I don't know what it is about London. Actually, I probably do.
I
I
hate to
know
say
exactly
it,
what it
but
is about London.
they lost their all-pro inside linebacker for the entire season.
The Bills?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
starting their best defensive player. He's out for the year. So I think that might
Wow.
add something to do with it too. That's not
Phillies
good.
just tacked on 2 more.
Go
They're
ahead,
up
give the live score.
3 they're up 3-0 on the Braves right now.
Man, the Braves are not
JT
hitting.
Realmuto smacks a 2-run homer, 411 feet, hit distance 109 off of the starter. It's now 3-0. Not Phillies doing Philly things. Phillies don't give a fuck what their record is. They're like, we
Shout
just
out
got to make it into the playoffs, bitch.
Shout
We're
out
going to
Zach
the
Wheeler.
World.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's give Arizona some freaking love, man, because they are freaking
Bam.
balling right now.
Arizona's got 2 great aces and a good bullpen, and that gives you a chance to win a series in the playoffs when you're
And they play
talking
team
baseball.
ball. They play team
They
ball
play
too.
great team ball. We did. I got to see it firsthand. They have faced adversity. I did. Did we talk about? I met Brandon Carroll, Corbin Carroll's dad. What a
Nice, yeah.
fucking guy, man. That dude, real cool. Yeah. Random elevator moment at a ballpark.
Yeah.
That's why you always bring a marker and every fucking baseball card you have, every single one. Bring all 10,000 because you never know who you're going to meet. Oh God.
That's
But
true.
yeah,
That's
it
true.
didn't mean okay. So anywho, back on the Jets. I'm just like, I don't know. They are who we thought they were. Fuck the
Yep, they're
Jets.
exactly what we thought they were.
They're
We don't
petty
need to
as
say
hell
anymore.
and they belong on Hard Knocks. They're petty as hell and they belong on Hard Knocks.
Yep,
I
too
don't
bad they
care.
can't. Too bad they can't go back on Hard Knocks next year. They have to pick a different team.
Sucks.
It sucks, but
Sucks.
what are you gonna do?
They belong on Hard Knocks. It was a great show when Rex Ryan was on Hard Knocks. That's where he belongs. He doesn't belong
Yeah.
on as a sportscaster. Put that dude on The Bachelor. After this,
Oh,
I want to see Rex Ryan on The Bachelor. I think
The
that'd be
Bachelor. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. All right, so let's get into the other games. New York Giants, terrible. What the hell happened to the New York Football Giants?
Real life.
I
Real
mean, they
life
are
happened.
so different from last year and this year.
I don't know. How much difference would Barkley make? Would he make that much of a difference, or is that team just bad? That offensive line is just bad.
It's the defense. The
Well,
defense wasn't
no.
this bad last year.
Well, I don't know. He got sacked 6 times again.
No, offensively, they're bad. Yeah. And having Saquon does stop. Wow, that hat is really bad. Having Saquon definitely
Yeah.
helps in the sack scenario.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd make that. He wouldn't. It's not going to be wins.
No.
They'll play
I
better,
mean,
but
instead of
he
6 sacks, you're and against Miami's defense is not good.
they're okay. They're not great.
Um, uh,
They
this
can
isn't
hold
like
their
a
own.
week to week thing. They got fucking smashed by Buffalo
Yeah.
when they are not good against good teams.
No, they can't cover anybody. We'll just say
It's
that.
I'm it, it's why I feel bad, but
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about the greatest show on turf unless they win the Super Bowl because
Right.
otherwise
Yeah.
it was just an entertaining show on turf.
That's true.
The most entertaining show on turf, but it's definitely not the greatest show on turf until they win that Super Bowl. So this is another 99 Rams scenario. This can also fit into our is 16-0-1 on undefeated season because 16-0 and a Super Bowl loss is not
Yeah.
an undefeated season, right? Are they doing great things? Hell yeah. What 5,568 yards? And I think the Rams had 5,267 yards.
Oh, did you see the breaking news earlier before we got on? Patrick Taylor was signed. He was activated for the game tonight. Running back off the practice squad. So
Yeah,
Patrick
yeah,
Taylor,
Aaron
yeah,
Jones is out. Yeah,
yeah,
Aaron
Aaron
Jones is out.
Jones is out.
I knew he was still hurt
I knew he wasn't going to play,
because
but I
we
didn't
weren't
know that they activated a player.
I knew he was still hurt when we started the game off last week, Thursday, with 6 fucking
Oh
passes
yeah,
in a row.
oh yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
none
You
of them
called
to
that.
him.
Yeah,
None
you
of them
called
to
that.
him.
Yeah, he was out there
That
as a decoy. It was a
yeah,
bad decoy, terrible
very
decoy if you
bad
don't handle the
decoy.
ball.
And it made our offense worse. I think this will be chalked up. You take this to the bank, you bookmark, and I don't care who you are. That was the absolute worst coached game of Matt LaFleur's career. And I believe with everything inside of me, we'll never see that again.
No, I hope not.
I believe with everything inside of me, we'll never see that again. I do want to make a correction on my own sense too. And this is something you could have called me out on Facebook also, had you been following. Houston, Atlanta, I gave the Z's to it. I chalked that game out to being trash 2 quarters in, the absolute worst game, and it may just well compete for game of the week.
Yeah,
The way that game came down, CJ Stroud, he did not hit 300 this time, but he still doesn't have an interception. Over 177 pass attempts without an interception. That is now a career best. Another
yeah,
record, Brock Purdy. 10 wins in a row as a starter. This dude has not
Purdy.
lost as a starter yet.
Sure
He's
look
5 away.
purty.
He's 5 away from Ben Roethlisberger, and I don't see a loss on their fucking schedule
No,
from
not
here on
well.
out.
They
They're
they go
favored.
to they go to Philadelphia, I believe.
They're favored in every game here on out, bro. I think they've got at minimum, it was like 63 or 64% chance, and that was the Philadelphia game. Dude, what
Well,
Brock
I
Purdy
don't.
is doing
Yeah,
is just ridiculous, man. He is so accurate. He is
the
throwing
system.
wide
Yeah,
receivers open. He is number 2 in the MVP race right now.
yeah. Get them
He's
cards,
m-
baby.
he's moving
The cards
around
out.
just magically, bro. It's so cool to see. It sucks, but
Yeah,
as a Green Bay Packer fan, we weren't thinking Super Bowl this year, so I'm not worried. I'm actually just enjoying football and being a fantasy football guru manager, bro. This week, I pulled out another slayer of a win. Number 2 in points scored this week. I am soaring to the top in points scored for our fantasy football, bro. I've got over 640 total points. The next person to me is sub 600. I am fucking just those first 3 weeks.
it
I hit
might it,
those fucking
it might
waiver
help you in
wires, bro.
seeding.
Yeah,
It might help in seeding if you end up tying for first or second. You'll get
yeah.
that number one overall
Right,
seed.
it's absolutely helping me because right now with the win this week, I boosted because of my points for into sole 6th place. We're tied with all the 6th places. It's like 1st place and then 6th place because there's so many
Yeah,
ties in our league right now. But
I
if
like it.
like
It's
the
the
playoffs end, yeah, if the playoffs started fucking this week, I'm in the
everybody
playoffs
thought
because of points for. Yeah.
everybody thought that they had this great team, and now guess what? Everybody's lost a game, and everybody's looking average. Teams are starting to balance themselves out a little bit.
Bro. Yeah, the worst performer on my team this week. Are you ready for this? And this is with George Pickens and Tyler Conklin, the tight end for the New York Jets, and the worst performer on my team, CD Lamb with 8 fucking points.
Yeah.
Bench Dak Prescott, put in Trey Lance. I'm starting the buzz right now. I started it last night a little bit
Trey
on social
Lance.
media. Fucking put
Dude.
fucking
Dude,
Dak.
I
I
got
think
a
the only
sick
quarterback worse in the fourth quarter when tied or losing is Lamar
dude.
Jackson.
Dude, check this card out. This card is sick. I got this the other day. This card is freaking sick.
Oh,
Rookie
nice.
card. Yeah.
Who is it?
Trey Lance.
Oh, Trey Lance.
It's
Nice.
a rookie clear shots. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's like a $8 card. It's nice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's starting to get to the point where people are like, dude, they're paying this guy this much money to shit the bed, basically. Like, dude, I work with a diehard Cowboy fan, and he is goddamn motherfucking Cowboys, let me down again. I go, dude, Charles and I said this. Don't drink that fucking Kool-Aid because the Cowboys always do this. It always comes back to this.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not that there's not talent there because they are fucking talented. Did you see Skip Bayless throw his Dak Prescott jersey in the garbage can?
Skip Bayless.
And then he had the Micah Parsons one, and he goes, "No." He's no. Because
Bro,
Micah Parsons
listen,
is a future
Micah
Hall of
Parsons
Famer.
isn't him.
No, that's why he did it. He
Dude,
did it as a joke.
I
Yeah.
stand by my Adrian Hutchinson comment now more than ever. For one, did you see his interception Sunday? Oh my God, dude. Are you, dude? Hutchinson might just go down as the greatest
Pass rusher. Yeah.
pass rusher of all time, bro. He
He's
has
got
more interceptions by himself than every other defensive starter in that draft playing this year right now. Or yeah. Just insane.
He's got his athletic ability is like out of this fucking world. Like he's like a tight end out there playing D lineman, but he's like physically gifted enough. He's like a linebacker. Like he's that quick.
It's watching it in Michigan. We saw it.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect this when he was drafted by Detroit, bro. Oh my God, dude. I cried. I want to say I cried. I'm like, we got to see that motherfucker 2 times a year.
Yeah.
And just 2 times a year. That's it. We got to see him 2 times a year.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna get his jersey.
I'm getting his jersey. I've never in my life wanted a Lions jersey ever.
Yeah.
Maybe a Barry Sanders jersey.
Yeah, Barry Sanders is one of them too.
That Calvin Johnson too, right? But I've never wanted to buy one. Right? Like
now you have a reason to buy one though.
I've never wanted to buy an active Detroit Lions jersey.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, correct yourself. There you go. Yeah.
There it is. Golly, I'm getting me a Hutchinson jersey. I don't know if I'm going to put it on the wall or not. I don't know, but I know I'm getting it.
Hey, Fanatics sells this little like 11 by 15. It's just the back of his jersey that says Hutchinson with his number 97, and it's in an glass case. And I don't believe it's super expensive, $40. Like maybe we should just get some of those.
Maybe.
Because I think if you're going to do a display piece to do it justice,
if they are that cheap, I might want to get 2 of them and then give one away.
I will send it to you. I believe I have it saved.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that dude's a beast. Unreal. All right, so moving on to the football comment section now.
Yeah.
So my very first football comment of the day. The Patriots, oh no. Kenny Pickett isn't. Tyreek Hill is fast. Bryce Hill.
Yeah.
The Lions, fire emojis. London, puke emoji. So let's get into this a little bit. The Patriots, oh no. 1 week after suffering his absolute worst defeat as a head coach and benching his starting quarterback after the first half, Bill Belichick then gets destroyed 34-0 at home, making it his second worst loss. I think his absolute worst blowout loss. And once again, benching his starting quarterback. And when asked about it, he said, yeah, there was a lot more than just our quarterback that was going on. He's still our quarterback moving forward. Bill Belichick's got to start putting something on that resume. There are no more lifetime contracts in sports.
No, absolutely not.
When is enough? When is the crap? Like, just put his name up on the Ring of Honor, give him a booth for free up in that fucking top spot, and start doing something different for your team. Because golly, it's really funny because everyone's like, "Oh, you just don't think about the Patriots being that way." And I'm like, there was the 80 Packers. Yeah, organizations do go through this. It does happen. The Patriots weren't really that great until Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady did his thing, and now like you're back to where you're going to be. Man, Bill, what's up with Bill, bro?
I don't I don't know. We talked about this a little, just a hair, and I was like, it's just maybe it's just time to hang it up. Is this the last year of Bill Belichick? Do you believe? I believe it. I believe this is it. If they go out the way that they're going out right now,
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to go out like that, and he shouldn't go out like that. But like you said,
What is he?
time ran out.
He's stuck on a 99 win somewhere. What is it, like 299,
Yeah,
399,
he's stuck on something.
499? I think it's more like 499. They just can't get him that win, man. And the season that they just put in, that 6 million-foot scoreboard there too down in Foxborough.
Yeah,
I did some work down in Foxborough. I got to check out Patriot Place. And I tell you, man, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. We visited Lambeau Field this year. I think next year we'll take that interview. We'll go somewhere else, maybe Minnesota or Chicago, and eventually make our way. I'll be excited to get to Patriot Place, dude. That's a really fun place. It's a fun
yeah, we could.
atmosphere.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do one away. We could do one away game a year. We still could do
Yeah.
one. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd want to go down to Chicago.
Yeah. I don't know.
We already played the Bears. We missed
I
that.
spent a
Missed that
lot of
bus.
money on this. I don't know if I've got
Charles,
any. I don't know if I've got anything left.
we just went up to we just went up to Old Mano
Yeah.
over by the old dentist office. They got a Packer bus. I
Yeah.
told Mandy, I said Charles would buy that bus and he'd drive that shit around. She goes,
I've already no,
she
bro.
goes, dude,
We're getting an ambulance. I've already
oh
looked
yeah,
into
oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah. We're getting an
yeah,
ambulance,
yeah.
bro. Yeah. Because the ambulance comes with all that sweet ass power. It's way less we got to put into it. Those
Well,
things drive off the lot.
I'm very handy and crafty. I can build some
Yeah.
benches and some chairs
Oh
in there.
yeah,
We can
we'll
make
be.
it freaking
Yeah,
work good.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
want to the awning that comes off that bitch. Like it's gonna have a projector also that pops out, so we'll
Oh,
project
dude,
on
and
that fucking.
we get like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
freaking we get like a Traeger grill and we
Yeah.
just bring it out.
Yep.
We just sell tickets to
Pop, pop, pop,
people.
pop,
Here you
pop.
go.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We put out our own little fence. Yeah. This is going to be a really fun 5-year adventure, and we're what 6 months into the first year.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt Ramich for getting picked up by Quick Trip for another year.
Shout out, Matt. Well done. Well
Yep.
done.
We're still working on ours because we had a Quick Trip girl on here, and Charles still needs to do. She has to
Oh, I
record you
think
going in there.
October. God dang it! I just had it. I think it was like October 19th or 21st.
Oh, you gotta go. You got to, even if it's just a little
Yeah.
3-minute video, you got to
We
go.
canceled our Walmart Plus. Right now
Yes.
everything is in motion. Turns out, check this out. This is funny. Is it still in here? I did have a Quick Trips reward card. Don't know where I got it from. And by the
You probably
time
picked
I
it.
utilized the number, it was already gone. So this has been
Nice.
in my wallet for a really long time. Along with, oh no, that's my clergy pass. Sorry about that. Along with the Quick Trip Christmas gift card I got last year from some of the greatest fucking dude. Our landlords are the shit, man.
Yeah.
Our landlords are so cool. It's making it hard to buy a house.
Nice.
That doesn't happen often. All right. So anywho, Kenny Pickett isn't.
We went over this. We said something about this during the game, saying he ain't that guy, and he hasn't been that guy.
No.
And I don't know what it is, honestly. It's not that the talent isn't there. He's got receivers. He's got, I don't know.
That
Is it
defense deserves a better offense.
is it confidence?
No.
Confidence in his throws, maybe?
No, because he's missing everything. He's missing everything.
High, low,
What they need
everywhere.
to do is they need to shorten the field. There's just way too much talk.
Yeah.
It's like fucking screen passes to the wide receiver, the running back, dump off in and outs and flats. And then as the game progresses, start dropping the ball out to Kenny Pickett towards the back, because you're going to get the one-on-ones as the game progresses because they're going to come up to try and stop the small ball. And that's when you're going to get Kenny Pickett on the outs. It's not that fucking hard. I don't understand what Matt Canada's doing. I don't care that much. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I got too many Steelers people on my fantasy team here. I'm going to start sending fucking emails.
I think it might be Matt Canada because honestly,
It's
he
gotta
did
be.
that. He did that same shit when he was at Maryland against good teams like Ohio State or Michigan. That offense would be unbelievable until they played a good team.
Yeah.
And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden,
There's not enough motion. There's not enough pre-snap judgments. It's too old. You're looking at a Mike McCarthy offense.
like a Green Bay Mike McCarthy offense back in
Or
the
a
day.
Dallas Cowboy Mike McCarthy offense. You had the same thing last week. Short pass, go route. Short pass, go route. Even fucking Dak Prescott missed CeeDee Lamb 6 times. Easily 6 times. Bro,
Yeah.
I think he had maybe 4 or 5 targets all game.
That's
so
crazy.
bad.
That's crazy.
So bad. CeeDee Lamb, are you kidding me? 4 or 5 targets all game. Let me see this shit. CeeDee Lamb, let's pull him up. Yeah. 4 catches on 5 targets. 4 catches on 5 targets. You targeted CeeDee Lamb 5 times. The guy who made you get rid of fucking Des Bryant. The guy who made you get rid of fucking Amari Cooper. The guy. And instead you bring in Brandon Cooks, who is a 1,000-yard receiver on every team he's played for, except Mike McCarthy, who was just, I don't even think we're on the Cowboys yet. We're still on the Steelers. My bad.
No.
but
it is what it is.
The Steelers walked away with a win, but you got to, I hate to blame Lamar Jackson because it ended up coming down to Lamar Jackson. That dude's got 7 or 9 turnovers in the fourth quarter when his team is tied, or no, he's got 11. I'm sorry. He's got 11 turnovers when his team is tied or losing in the fourth quarter. He's got 7 fumbles. Yeah, he's got 7 fumbles this year. They've only recovered 3. He's got more fumbles than anybody else this year, Mr. 84 million. So, but now we can point out, because I paid a lot of attention to that game. My brother's a huge Ravens fan, and I got people. One of the big move for my fantasy team this week, right? Do I play the Bills defense or the Ravens defense? Because I was very fearful of Mike Tomlin actually figuring something out. I ultimately went with the Ravens defense.
Realistically, Harbaugh's brothers, he's not somebody that's going to allow that to happen 2 games in a row. Luckily for them.
I've heard
they're well coached.
I've heard scuttlebutt that the Ravens wide receiver coach is making their players catch rugby balls instead of actual footballs. And
good Lord.
Yeah, because something about focusing, like actually putting their hands on. I'm not sure what that was about. I'm not sure if we'll ever see that again. But what I am absolutely sure about is Zay Flowers dropped no less than 200 yards of total fucking catches and yak after the catch and at least 2 touchdowns. The Ravens had a hell of a lot of drops, super uncharacteristic, methinks. But ultimately, it came down. We were supposed to hear about this explosive Ravens offense. And the only explosive thing I'm seeing is explosive diarrhea all over the field. It's pretty bad. Okay, so we've touched on Bryce Hall and London. We've got a bit to talk about with the Colts. Now, Gardner Minshew ended up pulling that game out. The Chew came out and did what the Chew does. And he just chews up fucking defenses when he comes off the bench mid-game. Not so much when teams actually have a week to prepare for the Chew. So I'm not sure what's up with him and not being able to perform outside of coming off the bench and doing a couple of quarters. He's like the ultimate Uncle Rico, bro. He's, man, I need somebody to come in and play this play real quick. I'm fucked up. And you just grab your drunkest uncle off the bench because that dude's going to perform for 12 minutes and it'll be the best 12 minutes anyone's ever seen. But now you got Anthony Richardson out again with a shoulder. Are we about to break this dude before he plays? This is what I was talking about with the Indianapolis Colts. This is why I was so upset on draft day. People were like, what? He's a good player. I loved the pick. I didn't like the team who picked them.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Like, the Colts, you go to die. You go to die in Indianapolis. Why are people okay with this?
I don't know.
It's crazy to me. They just paid Jonathan Taylor. Cool. They're going to kill him too.
They paid him, but they didn't let him play.
Yeah.
What do you
I
have,
mean,
like, 2 rushes or something?
I got to talk to a couple Colts fans. I got to figure out what's going on in that world. I've got a few of them out there in this world.
We got a fellow Yooper that's on that got drafted by the Colts.
Yeah, we'll pick this world up. Ooh, we have a couple people we know also that do the fishing up in Alaska. So they're about to head back up for this season. They'll be back around Christmas. I pulled a couple of them in to talk about their experiences fishing and shit. So we'll get a couple of those. So all you fishermen out there, shout out Christopher Cumberson. We miss you, buddy. Hope everything's going
Yeah.
well.
They did well.
Um,
They had a fishing tournament the other day. They did the Michigan Adventures or Outdoor Kayak Series. They did well. I think they got 3rd or 4th place.
Love it. Love it.
Uh,
Love it. Keep that train fucking rolling. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see. I hope they just shut him down, man. He's getting his ass kicked for no reason.
And as we are right now, today is Monday. And Monday Night Football, we have the Packers and the LA Las Vegas Raiders with Davante Adams.
Yeah, that's going to be one hell of a game. Yeah, so my next two tweets, or not tweets, sorry, my next two posts were Baltimore's explosive offense, question mark. Steelers defense deserves a better OC. Time to earn that money, Lamar. We have seen this before. Exactly 2 minutes after the post, this didn't age well.
No, no.
Literally, I went,
Yeah.
we've seen this before, bro. The stats were up. He's got 10 game winning drives in the fourth quarter. The dude is a boss. And then, bam, 2 minutes later,
Well,
it's over.
I like
Like,
that they
over,
brought
over.
up the 40 comebacks by the old Denver Broncos. Let's ride, and they go, not today. Russell
It's
Wilson's
just
got 40 come from behind wins, but not today.
not today. How many of those are with Denver, though?
Probably every single one of them. No, whoa, you
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Seattle?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
all
Either
of
way.
them.
Yeah. All of them with Seattle, 0 with Denver, same thing. Yeah, I just don't. My mind is made up on Russell Wilson. He was a product of Pete Carroll's system.
Yeah,
He can do well with Sean Payton's system. And we see that because he's like Drew Brees.
but the
Same
thing is
height. I think
but
Russell
they're
has
not
a little bit more mobility than Drew Breesy, but
he doesn't have that much time left in his career to become that player, though. Like,
no.
that team is just not gonna get good overnight. They're like the
No.
Lions. They're gonna take 4 or 5 years to become that team.
And the Bears half fucked themselves with that win. Carolina now owns the number 1 draft pick, and the Bears own the number 2. Oh, wait, that's
Oh,
right.
oh, yes, well, this is Charles, I was doing Patrick math. Dude, bro, they own both of them. It doesn't you're like, irrelevant, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
But
so this is a funny
yeah,
story. Bryce Hill is just get ate alive. I think that the dude's going to have 10 interceptions before week 6.
yeah.
I think he's at 8 or 9 now. He had 3 more this week. So he had 3 more against the
Jesus.
Lions. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Carolina's defense isn't doing much better. And I was listening to it on the radio too. Frank Reich is a good coach, and he's a really good quarterback coach. But he is definitely in the scenario where he is coaching that quarterback for the next coach. And it's maybe Carolina will be different.
Maybe.
Carolina isn't the Chicago Bears, right?
No,
So,
no, we'll see how they can maybe right that ship.
mhm.
Maybe they get another but they won't have a draft pick, first round pick to make it right, so
They want no, no.
rea
But what brings this up too is that can you imagine Sean Payton with Caleb Williams?
yeah, but it's not gonna happen.
Let's say the Bears win a few more games. They're dumb enough to stay with Justin Fields.
I don't think Denver's bad enough where they're not gonna be able to win 4 or 5 games this year, though.
That defense
Are
is
you are
horrible.
are you saying that they maybe all right, I can see this hypothetical. Say they finish with the 5th pick, and then they trade up to the 2nd pick, the Bears' 2nd pick? Is that what you're saying? Because the Bears aren't gonna take
The
Caleb
Bears will
Williams.
have 2 top draft picks.
Yeah.
And the smart move, if you
Didn't
believe
he
in your quarterback and you're not going to take Caleb Williams, the
Caleb
smart
Williams
move,
already Caleb Williams already came out with a list of teams that he said he'd play for. And
yeah,
I think Denver was one of those teams.
right. Denver
Yeah.
will be absolutely. I can see Denver trading their pick for the first or second pick in the
Charles,
draft.
check
To
this out.
who do the Bears pick up? I think they get Jerry Jeudy,
Russell Wilson.
but
If
if
they're
you're
going to
trading,
take it, if you're
but if
going to trade for Caleb Williams, you
but if
trade
you're
Russell
trading your
Wilson.
first draft pick because you like your quarterback, you ain't taking Russell Wilson.
I don't know. Do they like their quarterback?
But this
It's
would be the only reason you don't pick up Caleb Williams
right.
unless he gets hurt.
I guess we've seen the Bears do so many stupid things that we could see them trading the number 1 overall pick for
Bro,
this.
the Bears, the moment they won that game, dude, it was like every post about Justin Fields in the last 2 games, fucking 46 for 64, fucking almost
Somebody
600
was
yards, blah, blah,
somebody
blah.
was saying this, Charles. They were saying what if the Bears screw themselves and get the second and third pick and don't get the first and second or first and third picks? Like what if they somehow don't even get the first pick?
Carolina isn't good. They're not.
No, and yeah, and they have to play head to head, so that's where I was
Yeah.
thinking that they could screw themselves, but I guess that it depends on
Carolina
what
is going to end
team.
up with
Yeah,
the number 1 draft pick, which gives it
yeah,
to
the
the
Bears
Bears. In
anyway.
this
Yeah,
scenario, again, this
in
is
that
what, week
scenario, yeah,
5.
correct.
We're in week 5. It changes every
Right.
week in the
Yep.
NFL, but the Panthers are on a fucking pretty straight and narrow path. The Bears are playing the Vikings next week. That'll be the Vikings fucking get right game.
Pretty much by week 10, all the teams will have played each divisional opponent one time, so you'll
Yeah,
be able to pretty much tell where the draft order is going to be from that.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
gonna have a pretty good picture from there.
Zach Wheeler still dealing bottom of the 4th, 3-2 on Albies, 57 pitches. The pitch
Ding.
got him looking. Wow, what a bender. Wow. That was a fucking slider from hell. Anywho,
Yeah. And Zach Gallen goes tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
yeah. So, anyways, back where we were. Denver's defense is bad enough to give them a top 5 draft pick,
Oh, yes,
even with the
absolutely.
offense doing what they're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
It's just going to take Sean Payton calling a few more run plays for them to go from top 5 to top 3.
Here's the thing, if Green Bay wins tonight, guess who they play next week? Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could be 4-2.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
4-2.
Green Bay's favored tonight. I like Green Bay's chances tonight. I really do. Even
Even without Aaron Jones. Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I have faith in our head coach. I have a lot of faith in our head coach. It'll be a fun game to see. With Russell Wilson, it's definitely a ride. What say
It's a
you,
ride.
Bronco country?
That's right.
It was just who. It was a horrible mistake to end the game. It was like watching one of these fucking rookies play. How do you not throw that ball away?
That's what somebody said. It's like watching a garbage truck on fire. That's what's ride.
Russell
He's driving
Wilson
that on
is a
fire
product
garbage
of
truck.
Sean Payton now, and that's why he's getting the yards. His decision making is upstairs. Come on, John Elway. What'd you do, bro? Not
Cursed
enough
him?
people are talking about you right now, Johnny.
Yeah.
Not enough people are talking about you right now, Johnny. Cowboys out here playing like it's the Gridiron Gang. The Dallas Cowboys is trying to end my fantasy season. There's been some really dirty plays on Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to tell you right now. Those Cowboys players came out and was like, yo, CMC is not going to hurt us. We're going to hurt him. There was some fucking crazy mask pulls. There was some fucking lower body yanks and twists. I just don't like the Cowboys, man.
No,
Cowboys.
they've always been like, if they can't win, they just play dirty. That's always been their MO.
I just don't, and it's how
you call me out
delusional
on that, but it's other people have said that as well. So I'm not just saying that's been the Cowboys' MO. If they can't win, they just play dirty.
No, I agree with you.
They've done it against the Packers in the past.
I agree with you. That's how they started that game out. Do you know at one point Michael Parsons had 26 pass rushes, 0 quarterback touches, 0 sacks, 0 tackles for loss?
Yeah.
Michael Parsons, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Game Changer. And you know what the most beautiful thing was, though? It was just gorgeous, man, watching Shanahan's offense. You know how he runs the ball? We were talking about it. We were talking about it on the last episode with fullbacks and tight ends, bro. with fullbacks and tight ends. That fullback check was smashing those defenders, bro, and they were running beautifully because of it. I love it. I love watching it. I don't
Eh,
necessarily like the 49ers, man, but
well,
god damn do I respect their offense.
here's the thing. The Kansas City Chiefs run a very extremely similar offense.
Yeah,
And guess what? Those two teams are extremely successful. So
very much
why
so.
other teams don't run a different version of this or their version of it blows my mind. The West Coast offense works.
When
Dude, it
was yeah,
works.
when are we gonna get another John Kuhn?
I don't know. Have they completely phased out the fullback position in the NFL?
Most offenses have.
Oh,
Hell,
outside of the Chargers have the other Watt brother. Who else in the NFL outside of Juszczyk do you know, like, off the top of your head? I know, the Watt
I think Tennessee
from
Titans do quite often
they've got one. They have to have
with
one for
Derrick Henry
Henry.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I think the Tennessee Titans do, but that might actually just be another running back who's big. That's the thing.
I think Atlanta sometimes puts in a
Yeah.
two-back system, and one
See,
of them's
Green Bay could
technically
be
a
doing that
fullback.
with AJ Dillon.
They could be, but AJ Dillon would just fall over before he gets to the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage
he
like
just
Dillon
doesn't
does.
block very well.
Right.
Yeah, he really doesn't block very well. The fact that the football season has started and I'm still seeing more about his children's book than his play on the field is unsettling.
Is he going to be the starter tonight, or is it going to be Patrick?
Oh, it'll be him, but he's
You
on my
think so,
bench.
yeah?
I don't care. My team's out. My team's done and over with. I traded Jaden Reed to team ready, set, go.
Yeah.
He asked me for CJ Stroud, but I was looking at his team. The only thing I want is Waddle. And he got that from you for
I
Burrow.
just traded it for him for Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was telling me about that too. He said, "Bro, I was just so fucking sick and tired of Burrow. I couldn't even look at him anymore."
And
I
then
don't
he
blame
comes
you. I think last week he got 4 fucking
yeah, but
points.
he's healthy now.
He's healthy now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna start making a playoff push.
yeah.
I didn't wanna say it to him, and if you listen to Brad, it's sorry. Sorry, man.
Waddle worked out
It is
though. He's
yeah.
getting 13 to 17 points in the wide
Yeah.
receiver side. Ask for much more.
He just has to stay healthy. Waddle's
Yeah.
gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill
Yeah.
is gonna be the number 1 target regardless anyways, but
Chase
you do what you
Claypool.
do in that offense.
All right. Let me pull up NFL. Let me pull up the next week. Let's jump into what we're excited for here. Let's start wrapping this up. Okay. So we've got Ravens, Titans. That might be a good one. Saints, Texans. It'll be interesting to see CJ Stroud against that really good defense.
Against a good defense,
Yeah.
finally.
Vikings, Bears. That's a cripple fight, in my opinion.
Well, honestly, if the Bears end up coming out on top of that, we could potentially see the Vikings the last place team in the division,
I told you,
sadly.
I told all the listeners, y'all might think I was crazy, but I said Kirk
Justin
Cousins.
Jefferson is Justin Jefferson got hurt. I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna play next week.
No, Kirk
So,
Cousins, it will be traded. I'm telling you, the Jets, I'm telling you, it's gonna be the Eagles Jets. I'll be super excited about. This will be a get back game for the reality check on all you Jets fans out there. That'll be exciting.
yeah.
Man, I'm not seeing too many special games. I'll be interested to see the Monday night matchup, Cowboys Chargers. Not to see if the Cowboys bounce back, but to watch the Chargers beat the fuck out of them.
Potentially, yes.
Lions Buccaneers. If I'm looking at a game and I'm trying to,
A 3-1 and 4-1 team. It's very interesting. Like, you're gonna find out how good Tampa Bay is for
yeah,
sure.
which is weird to say that
They're gonna
again.
get
You're going
tested.
up against the Lions. You
Baker,
would
yeah,
think that you'd be
Baker
finding out who
Mayfield.
the Lions were, but I think I know who the Lions are at this point. It's
Yeah.
upsetting. It's upsetting. It's upsetting for Detroit because the 49ers, it's going to take injuries to beat that 49ers team. It's going to take injuries to beat that 49ers.
It's either gonna take that or about 4 turnovers, 4 takeaways.
From a dude who just looks like a fucking transformer, man. God damn.
Right?
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever the fuck that is. What was it? Terminator, motherfuckers. You're about to start seeing that. Brock Purdy is the Terminator, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see graphics of him with the fucking laser eyes and everything, man. Chico. It's crazy. But yeah, that's about it. You got anything exciting for college football? What are the big
Oh,
CAA?
Iowa, we got the big one out in on the western end of the conference of the Big Ten. Iowa travels to Wisconsin this week to pretty much is going to settle who's going to win the West.
That yes, that will be interesting. That'll be
'Cause I
very
don't
interesting.
nobody else in the West is any good outside of those 2 teams, so
Wednesday, we ain't got any sweet games. Houston, Virginia, or West Virginia on Thursday. A couple years ago, that one would have been cool. Michigan State, Rutgers. Let's go, Rutgers. Ohio State plays Purdue. Michigan, Indiana.
yeah, it's pretty much a bunch of dog games, like, p dog walk games, whatever you wanna call them, where the teams just
Oh yeah,
pretty much are gonna
Oregon,
just roll through.
Washington. Oregon,
That's gonna be yeah,
Washington.
that's the one
That'll
that I
be a
wanna
good
watch,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one's
I
gonna be
wanna
a
get
really
home
good
for
one.
that, like, we have a wedding Saturday, and I'm like, "I wanna be
Yeah.
home for that."
Yeah, that's at 2:30. I'm guessing
Yeah,
that's our time.
yeah, so it's 11:30 game or something,
3
or
yeah, 3:30
12:30
game.
12:30
Yeah.
game, 3:30 game their time?
Yeah,
We're
so
only 2 hours, I thought.
no, East Coast, bro.
Yeah, East oh, yeah, I
Oh,
forget that yeah, I forget all the
fuck, we're
games
all
go on
over the
East Coast.
place right now. Oregon, Washington, 2:30 PM.
Oh, so 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
bad,
yeah.
that's not
That's not
bad.
bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. So let's see. Am I seeing anything else? Auburn, my game. Oh, shout out to the city hosting the Army Navy game. Yeah, to start, what have they done? They've canceled people's hotel
Yes, they
reservations,
canceled all of the hotel reservations.
all of the hotel reservations for people going to the Army Navy game so
Yep,
they could give the hotels to illegal immigrants. Well done. Fucking done. This better be the last goddamn year that game is played there. I
yeah.
swear to everything holy. A US Notre Dame. I think we were robbed, but the only reason we were robbed is because the media hyped Notre Dame into something. I told you all when they beat Navy, they weren't who they were, and the coaching staff did not let me down.
You called it when they put 10 guys on the field twice, Charles. You called it then, and then you called it also after that, both games after that.
Oh my
So,
God. Just
I mean,
horrible.
they're just lucky that they play this is the last team that they're gonna play that's gonna beat the hell out of them. Because
Another good
oh,
game that
man.
bettors probably want to stay away from is the Missouri Kentucky game. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, man, Kentucky got completely waxed. Georgia did show out in that game. They proved that they're the number 1 team in the country. I'll just be
Well, they
honest, that
proved that they're the number one team in the SEC. I'm going to give them that. They proved that they're the number one team in the SEC. Michigan is scary, bro. We played 74 or 75 players again.
yeah, they do that every game, though.
The only
Yeah,
that is depth, bro. That is depth, and we do what we want, how we want. As long as JJ McCarthy never goes out there again and miscalculates his throws the way he did versus Rutgers. Every throw that had
I
zip on it should have had air, and every
I
air throw should have had zip. It was
I
the
think
weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, there's some crazy stat where they say Michigan plays 22 players, has 22 starters on defense, plays
Yeah,
22 guys every game on
yeah.
defense regardless.
The
Like
player,
that D line never gets freaking tired.
no,
Ne
the player who isn't getting a snap is the backup long snapper.
yeah, some
We're
weird
just
crazy
not
stat,
punting the
man.
ball, man. What are
Yeah,
we gonna put him in? He can't run down the field on special teams. He can't run off the kickoffs and shit.
right.
So, like,
Well,
hey, man.
people are like, "Oh, that's because you play that cupcake schedule." Regardless, those kids are getting reps and they're ready for game. They're ready when their number's called.
Cupcake schedule, motherfuckers. It wasn't until this week the rest of y'all started playing like Michigan. So I don't know. Y'all have had the same fucking schedule as us. So
Yeah.
I don't know. If you go back and you're looking at the scores, that is not how you tell a football game. Okay, you
I don't
gotta
want Ohio State fans to be saying anything because, dude, you're
Ohio
freaking
State would be down by 40 in the first 3 quarters against Michigan or Georgia had they played the same way they played Maryland.
yeah,
Maryland made 2 fuck off plays in the fourth and 3 broken offensive plays. The game was over at that point, anyways. Like
yeah.
the score was Jesus fucking to hear these people come out. They're like, oh yeah, Harrison had such a fucking good game, and yeah, he's gonna have such a great bro. Shut the fuck up, man, because you didn't even know who he was the first 3 quarters.
Right.
Like, it's really bad. It's really bad. And if they weren't playing a really good. Maryland was good offensively. Maryland is not very good defensively, but man, the effort Maryland came and put on that fucking field was well
It
done.
looked like they laid down in the 3rd quarter, though. They weren't they couldn't
Well,
block the D line anymore. Like, they ran out of gas.
I was
Let's just
talking
say
to
that.
the father-in-law too. He was a
Yeah.
huge Ohio State fan, and we were both in agreement in the Big Ten and a lot of time in the SEC. That first half is fucking hard knocks football. It's beat your fucking nose into the ground football. The difference is the second half, and what makes the difference in the second half is things like we've just been talking about, the depth these great teams have, the ability to play 22 players on defense, the ability to play 74 players throughout the whole fucking game,
Well,
keeps your players fresh. These other teams have these big name recruits, but they've got them and nobody behind them. So once them big name recruits are all gassed by the first half and they come out and give the little bit they got left in the 3rd quarter, halfway through the 3rd quarter into the 4th quarter, those games get way different. And
yeah.
the score ends up becoming way different than it was the first 3 quarters. You hear it a lot. This game was much different in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
That
a great fucking weekend of football, though.
Come on,
Dude.
Charles, just say it. Michigan's got that anaconda mentality.
I tried to stay away from it.
Oh
I tried
my
to stay away
God.
from it.
That comment? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true.
That's
Watching them, it's
fantastic.
true. We do what we want, how we want. Rutgers was the only game in my mind right now that had some significant value to an oh no moment. And that's mostly because I tweeted out, who's going to beat us? And then Rutgers came out and did something special with JJ McCarthy pulling a fucking Josh Allen.
Well, that was Ball State. They looked awful against Ball State.
Yeah, real bad.
Anyway, the first half.
It was but again, fantastic fucking weekend of football, dude.
Yeah,
Thursday
I'm sure
to
we'll have
Sunday,
more.
it was so good. It was
We'll have some
so
more.
many great games. But we'll wrap this up with a quick what rotates my gears in the opposite direction. I like this. So y'all got blessed last episode with 3. I'm not going to do 3 anymore. I don't want to judge
No.
myself out. But this week's what rotates my gears in an opposite direction segment is fucking minivan drivers.
Minivan drivers. Yes, elaborate. These minivan drivers, these cocksuckers.
You don't own the road. You don't get to choose when to use your blinker and when not to use your blinker. You don't get to ride up on my ass just because you're yelling at whatever the fuck you've got going on in the back and you've got nothing in front of you telling you to stop. You don't get to choose the speed limit. You don't get to merge when you so choose. You don't get to decide what the laws of the road is just because you own a minivan with stickers depicting your shit fuck family in the back.
I concur.
I think there needs to be 2 specific road sections for semi-truck drivers and minivan drivers. The semi-truck drivers deserve direct A to B paths, and only them should be on those roads. They deserve the absolute glory because some of you fuckers driving on the road right now with these semi-truck drivers are crazy, and they don't deserve that stress. But minivan drivers, you don't belong on the road. You deserve to be on your own fucking path. You get 2.5 lanes with a suicide lane on the side of the road, 45 miles an hour. That's what you get.
Take the
F you.
frontage roads.
I cannot tell you how many times in a day I'm driving and I go, oh, look, another minivan driver. I don't even know the difference between a real van and a minivan anymore. It's all just a crazy circus to me. But minivan drivers, you really rotate my gears in an opposite direction. That's all I got. And that felt good. And for the rest of you out there, go Pack Go and smile more, man. Smile more. Smile at every minivan driver. Maybe we can change them.